Guys, what is the most stressful matchup you think Kilyadi could run into here for the final map in this series? It had to be, didn't it? It's tuk-tuk time. And Roos from Kilyadi. As if that, to quote another player who will not be named, a player that is like top 8 easily in the game, they over-nerfed them. This Civ, in the minds of a few players, feels practically dead. And he has now rolled it into the big bully in the swamps. Tuklak Dynasty, Elephanto Fun Time. On a map that usually just means more food, more elephants, and more defeat for opponents. Man, this is going to be hard. I don't know, man. Like, what's your player's roost? I guess the counterplay to what Tuklak normally do with the heal elephant strats is to build a lot of archers. And Roost build archers really fast because they get 20% more wood. But the big thing to keep in mind here is like the strategy that can then defeat you isn't the healer elephants alone. It's the raider elephants alongside them. And the brutal fact of that matchup is that knights, feudal knights versus raider elephants perform surprisingly well. They should because they're the same cost as a knight. But they don't fall dead straight away, and they also can be healed. Whereas Roost is just a worse French in that situation. Like, if you had the choice between French or Roost for the idea of having Knight Archer, I mean, why would you ever pick Roost over French? Maybe for later in the game, maybe there's a strat where Kilyadi fast castles here? Because he's not going to fish. Like, this is another thing that's really sucky about Roost on this map. Because shoreline fish did technically get buffed a bit, but your fishing boats are insanely expensive. So, you know, you only have 1,800 food per pond, and you have to invest in more expensive fishing boats to get online. It just doesn't feel like right. Why are they allowing grabbing sheep the elephants? I think it's an oversight. Because they're technically, like, they're pseudo-buildings, aren't they? And that's why. Because, like, a Gur could do this as well anyway. But the thing is, like, these worker elephants move way too fast. Because you can just run them around, you can scout out sheep. And in fact, you should already be seeing it in the sheep count. He's got 20 sheep here. Meanwhile, it's only 12 for Kilyadi. And he has started eating a few sheep, by the way. Like, he didn't go straight berries. It's not that type of situation. On top of that, having fishing. Second pond now coming up. Remember, Tuklak get more fish out of fishing. They get 5% more food on drop-off, and that is scalable up to 20% in the impure wage. It's pretty freaking brutal, actually. So not only is your opponent fishing you not, but he's getting more fish than a normal player would. But yeah, my take on the worker elephant. The worker elephant should not be allowed to convert sheep. He should be able to rally them. I hope that's the change they make. It's fine that it can anchor sheep. You'll still see people do some sort of efficiency play of like, if my scout is down on this side of the map and I'm running him back, I could have a worker elephant meet me here and take the sheep from me. I think that's a cool strategy and that's fine. What's not fine is in the current format, a scout could run to the east here and an elephant could run west and could pick up some sheep. So like my take is that you should be able to send a worker elephant to retrieve the sheep, and that's still going to be a powerful strat, by the way. Because it should function like a building anchoring them. But what it shouldn't do is be able to get the sheep on your side. And we can make that lore friendly by saying the scout has a really seductive voice that just soothes the sheep into a sense of security. They feel safe. It's like being a mummy and daddy's mains again, you know? Whereas the elephant, I don't know, like he grunts and thumps. It's not really appealing to a sheep. Buildings also convert right now, like mills. Yeah, but only mills is part of it. And also the range on mills is quite low. And also that doesn't, you can't mirror worker elephants to mills. That's like a really weird comparison. You know? That's like comparing a car to a wheelchair. Sorry, no, that's not even fair to wheelchairs. That's like comparing a car to a chair. You know? Because like a mill isn't going to move. You have to walk a village around and build it. A worker elephant is going to insta-be built. You don't even use a worker to do it. You don't waste TC time, and it just goes. So Numi looking pretty good on the economy already. Up to 6 fishing boats. And we have got knights beginning for Kilyadi. Okay. Melee against healing is... painful? Painful feels like the accurate measurement here. The problem with melee against healing is it's much harder to stop healing. Usually your advantage against healing is either sniping the healer or sniping the healed before they get healed. Melee doesn't really do it that well. Not unless you have good control in the fight and are able to surround. Because think about, like, if we fought in this area here, and I brought in a bunch of range, you brought in a bunch of melee. My range is already attacking here. Your melee standing here isn't going to attack until they reach me here. And I can kite as well. It's just a lot more control for, like, Archer and range mass to do. But I assume we're going to be seeing that as a follow-up after for Kill I'd be surprised if this is just Raw Knights. Because, like, the other problem is, like, actually Raw Knights is really good for Tuklak. Because if they build only Spearmen, that buffs the heal elephants. How does Springles do against heal elephants? I'd say not really well. The heal elephants won't really care about the damage that much. And the other problem is, like, you might be hurting units around them, but you need good attack speed, really. So unless you're getting upgrades to increase attack speed on your Springles, which only comes later. Yeah. And what you just suggested there is a castle solution to a feudal problem. So, like, if you're in castle and they're still in feudal, like, anything could technically work if you have enough time to build it up. Like, veteran archers will work. Castle knights could technically work there. You know, the big problem with heal elephants isn't that they have great scaling. It's their presence in the early age. That has been the big negative experience for the majority of players. They're just too oppressive. Like, this strat is one of the most bully strats in the game that you'll find. Yeah, like anyone who used to play when John came out and thought that was oppressive, this almost feels more oppressive. Only get one scholar? Possibly. I think, like, actually, you just need to nerf the combat healing even more. Like, you know, if you really want to go crazy with this, maybe heal elephants just can't combat heal. I mean, they still would be able to contribute in combat. They're a melee unit. They have a lot of health. But maybe that's too drastic of a nerf. And then they'd have, like, I'm saying they'd have their full healing when the unit's tagged out of combat. So there'd be strategy still, but it just wouldn't be cheesy. So this night idea from Kill is, like, intriguing for raiding potential, but it does kind of struggle against docks. Because you don't have much burn power. Funnily enough, actually, like, right now, Numidan can be guarding himself with these fishing boats. I'm a bit surprised he's not. Because the fishing boats can shoot. So it's worth doing. Like, you do half damage. If you're idle in the dock, you might as well. Kill is going to jump in, try and burn him again. Yeah, really surprised he's not attacking him. I guess he's just distracted elsewhere, as he has got the units moving in on land. And wait, hold on a sec. Kill did go fishing. Oh, he crept it in the corner. Okay, so delayed fishing play here. That's really smart by Kill because healer elephants are slow. The elephant comp is mainly going to move around this north side of the map, I presume. It doesn't want to come all the way south. It's too far out of position. It's kind of like when you play against Siege. Like, one of the best strats when you're playing against Siege and they're winning is to pull everything away from where the Siege is going. So, like, your economy, you don't want on the front line. Stick on the other side of the map, because unless your opponent suddenly pivots into knights, he's not going to go left. Cool idea. Nice block of the honey cabin there. The heal elephants are going to be moving in to just begin sieging. But the good news for Kill is that this fishing is completely unknown. He's getting a boom. Much needed one as well, because otherwise he would have been drained of food. He's already out of sheep, so he needed something else. Yeah, remember, this is not a pro scout game out of the roost. Pro scouts on this map isn't as good anyway. There's only 20 deer as opposed to a standard 28. And some of the deer positions, rather, are really hard to get. Not to mention dragging them that far back, even if you get them, there won't be that much food. It feels more oppressive due to the ease with which you can execute healing elephants. Exactly. Like, it's such an easy thing to do because you just open feudal age and start doing it. And then I have to react to it. It's not like there's some optimal strategy required. Like, for example, at least with Golden Horde, the broken Kipchak strat, I have to get to Castle Age. That's a much bigger challenge than getting to feudal age. Like, maybe in 2021, we had discussions about how hard it was to get to feudal age. But when have you ever heard someone say it's hard to get to feudal age this year? You must have, like, a really crazy map for that to be the case. And no, these elephants are meant to attack. That's intended. They literally have an ability where when they have melee infantry nearby, it buffs their damage. The whole mechanic built in tells you it was not a bug. Vicious idea, unfortunately, for him. Spears were waiting. PC5 is going to be a nuisance. Numidon just doing what most 2-black players do in this situation, neglecting blacksmiths. He went Steeled Arrow but didn't get undermesh, despite the fact it would double his range resistance for the elephants. Remove the attack entirely. I don't mind it having an attack. I think it's a cool identity. It just needs to have less health and less healing. And then I think we're fine. No, the healer elephants aren't easy to execute with strides. Alright? Because Microsoft is trying to be PETA friendly, they don't want to make it easy to actually slay these. You know, like, shout out to my boys over at World's Edge. They realized that if an elephant goes down, I'm going to have to say that an elephant begins with K. I'm not going to say it because then I lose money. All right? Violence against animals, big no-no. We like our ad rev. Shout out to World's Edge, making the elephants invincible so that we don't hurt our revenue source generation as content creators. That's right. That right there is next level Giga Metastrats. What do you think about the length for qualifiers? Oh, we are going to dive into that after this, because apparently there's a video, so I guess we'll react to the video. I'm becoming everything I tried to avoid being. I'm just going to switch over the just chatting section and start stealing people's content. Alright, Nimu. He's guarding really well, actually. The Night Raids just haven't done much, unfortunately, for Kiyoyari. Still, we've got a big Archer and Spearball. Problem is, look at the numbers. Like, actually, look at the numbers. It's the economy difference. And another interesting thing here, guys, Numidon went for the tier 1 of the work elephant tech. So his elephant economics gives 10% more in drop-off, meaning he's getting an extra 8 food every time the fishing boats drop off. He's turning each pond's 1,800 food into almost 2,000. That's up. Fine. I'm just going to add up in favor of Roos, is what you've got to be wondering. Because his heal elephants make it much harder to penetrate to get those kills you're looking for. Target firing down units one by one with his archer mass. Trying to guarantee he does enough damage. But I feel like it's not quite enough. No, he's not breaking through fast enough here. He scares the archers off. He's trying to snipe archers to enable spears instead of getting rid of the spearmen. And guys, that's a really big problem here because all you guaranteed is that each of these healer elephants keep their bonus damage of almost 100% extra damage. Kiyoyari, ambitious idea there, but I think also part of it is the idea that the spearmen are always taking trickle damage, so the healing's always on them. Just trying to trick the healing and snipe the archers, but it just doesn't work. Like, you've kind of created a harder situation because now you have archers that don't get bonus damage against what they're attacking, meaning there's more time for the heal elephants to react, meaning there's more requirement by you to kill even one unit. Be much time left in this. Kiyoyari caught trying to build farms. Archibald looks so freaking big, but it's only because Numidon doesn't have all of his here yet. No, he's got wave after wave on the way. I've got some muddying of docks, by the way, like all over the place between the two. I don't think Numu knew about the docks until now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so this is going to be a revelation to him, but it's going to make sense how Kiyoyari's been able to blob that many troops. So I think they'll change the heal elephants next patch. I think if they know what's good for the state of the game, they will. Leaving toxic metas in the game is a really bad idea for the longevity of the community. It just drives players away. We already had this with Pro Scouts being too oppressive for too long. Like, a lot of people, I think they just clocked out because of it. And then I imagine on the ladder, Lancaster was causing similar earlier this year. I think that's like the biggest challenge for the devs now for this game. If they really want to try and build this up towards the recovery arc of existence, is more content that engages the casuals and a regularity of development. I'm hopeful that this gets fixed fast, because I think it's just too oppressive. I'll never agree with the idea of, oh, it's counterable. Like, even if it's counterable, it just does not matter. Fun comes before beatable / unbeatable. Nice fire here, actually. Numu taking a lot of damage. However, he's aging. Kilyadi, I mean, we know he's already aged in the real world, but he needs to do it in game, and it is going to be slower. Not just that, Numu does something crazy. We've got Compound of the Defender. We never get to see this landmark, but I am wholly on board with Numu. I actually think this is the superior landmark. Yeah, I mean, the stone discounts are pretty nice. It only applies to the base fort, but it still lets you get them online cleaner. And also allows you to scale late game into the final tier on your governor ships. And some of these governor abilities are freaking wild, guys. Like, we're talking about gathering food, but then also getting stone on top of the food, which is a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? It's like the idea with Knights Templar. Once you build the first castle, the extras are easier. Same concept there. High trade house. Get your numbers in. Actually, like, props to him. He kind of concaved it, so got the best out of what was left. I don't know if he's going to get the best out of this fight, guys. Because remember, Numenor, even if they had been the same on their tech timing, it took him 5 seconds for that. Kilyadi needs 1 whole minute. It's like because of his army being out of position. Wait, what? Why is his whole army down here? Oh, no! He's completely out of position. Numu, is he going to try to rush siege this? I mean, he's got the healing to sustain. Castle turrets was a smart call by Numenor. By Kilyadi, rather. But the healing should be good enough. If Castle turrets giving the bonus damage, so you can try to guarantee some kills, but it's not even fully garrisoned. Siege begins. Dock on dock as well. Several archers going down. Kilyadi betrayed by an A-click there. As the Tau wins out, continues to idle him. The villagers have to run for it. Snipes are going to come through. Got a backup outpost here, but he doesn't have the castle turrets for the +2 damage. It's really not that threatening when you've got this many elephants. Actually, let's just call them what they are. They're elephants. They are pure hell on earth. Tries to go for the target fire, but the healing. Come on! It's like, I was so close. I almost done it. I could taste it. Yeah, now you just get to taste pain. Crossbows being intercepted, which would have been the counter to this. Knights now also arriving. Spears being held in reserve. I mean, this is impossible. Kilyadi, his crossbowmen are coming from the wrong side of the fight. He has to hard A-click into it. But Archer's there for the blocker. The elephants, they look pretty damn safe. He's starting to snipe him down. But now it's too late. There's no answer left to the cavalry. He's only got a handful of crossbowmen left, and the archer count is good enough from Numu to destroy that. Spearman at least are going to pull away. But the healer elephants have been sitting here for the last, what, are we approaching 2 minutes now? It feels like it. Actually, it feels like a lifetime. Valiant attempts, but Numu still has plenty more troops coming. Numbers are a bit deceptive because his fishing boats are being attributed on the bar, on the military count. But still, even without them there, you feel the advantage he has. Kilyadi with barely any food income whatsoever right now. Men-at-Arms now coming out as a cool idea in theory. Will he snipe one more to heal elephants? But now Numu switches it over to Relics. He already has 1 home. And yep, 2 Glakabad forts. Okay. Wait, is he doing what I think he's doing? Wait, no. Dude, that's dirty. Is he? Guys, there's a choice here we very rarely ever see. The governorship that's about religion. It will give him more gold from sacred sites and relics, but it also gives healer elephants an extra ability where they buff units that they're healing. I actually think that's the sick play here. Like, it would just be kind of game-ending, actually. With Lancers now, buffing them up. Yeah, I think you go religion. We'll find out in a second. So Fort is now up. And this is what we're talking about. It's this one right here. So you increase damage by 10% off of tier 1. And you get more gold. With Lancers, it's just the most logical choice. No, he's going Ajmer. Oh, okay. So is this a castle creep? Ajmer surprises me a bit, but I guess he wants to secure the sacred sites. Ajmer's the one that spawns you Emir warriors for free. But they only stay giga buffed when they're near castles. He can build another fort later, so he could stack all 6 of them there, and then keep drop next to the enemy base, and they'll get buffed. But instead, oh my god, Nimu! It's actually going to work out perfectly. Kilyadi, he's bum rushing the sacred site. So you've got a castle now to defend you. Ajmer warriors to assist. And a healthy lead already. Yeah, this looks cooked. Numu, he's blocking practically any resource access. You got oh my god, you got the tiniest tree line in the world. Twigs. Twigs is all he has. The farms are just gone. Pure deletion over there. More nuisances over here. And I believe a lack of long-term food left. Gold gathering on the flank is at least still safe, but the main base definitely not. Tuklak are going to do it again. What a sieve. Kilyadi in the death throes at this stage. I mean, he just... Could he have maybe got more crossbows up? Maybe, but the problem at that stage is just mass archers. The trade out against you. Just feels like there's too much for him to try and solve at once. I'm no way out of this hellhole. Elephants are still winning. Elephants are still deciding pro players' future outlooks. As with the Elephants comes a denial of Kilyadi even appearing in the final tournament of the year.